fire in the booth. We're joined by a live studio audience. Make some noise. Don't know. Guys, have a little listen to this.
How can you be the MC for the country and you don't even MC in the room with the MCs of your country? That don't make no sense. Come here, rude boy. Come here with all that. I'll show you about all that on the microphone. Me, Chipmunk, don't answer to no one. You see, if I get to 10 Downing Street, I'm not going to cause a ruckus, but there's things happening in our community that are hurting people that, you know, you're supposed to be a voice on. I'm not coming there to just take a picture. There's some questions, ask something. You've got a platform. Use it the right way. And no one in this room can say right now that what I have to say is not coming from a positive place. Say something about something that's happening, all this smiling, taking pictures. Is that hip-hop? Is that grime? Is that urban? And what, no one's got nothing to say?
And no one's got nothing to say. Now, this debate is not just about Chip versus Tiny. It's not a UK beef thing. We'll be looking at some of the wider issues that were brought up. Like, is competition in UK rap and grime good or bad for the music scene? Now, Lady Lights, the next question goes out to you. Is competition in the UK rap and grime scene a good or bad thing for the music scene?
Good thing.
Why?
I think it's a really good thing. I think it's healthy. I think music at the end of the day is entertainment as well. Do you know what I mean? So even like the Chip thing, as much as people are like, some people are like, they don't agree with what he said and stuff like that, it was still entertainment and everyone was still talking about it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's healthy, and I'm quite competitive in it. So I've always been like that. From when I was younger, I've always wanted to clash the guys and always been on it like that. So for me, I love it. I love a bit of competition.
Love that, love that. Now, in your track, Nobody Can, you say this about Sneakbo. Now, my heart is blacker than Sneakbo's top lip.
Can I just...
Hey, Sneakbo, when you hear that, how does that make you feel? Keep it trill. Keep it trill. When you hear that, fam, how does that make you feel?
No. Do you know what, can I say something? Can I say something?
That's one thing.
Can I say something?
Done well, innit?
Can I say something? Like, honestly, like, everyone that I said on my track, I have nothing against any of them. Like, honestly, it was literally...
You didn't say that last week. You was like, I hate them all when I see them.
No, I never said that. He's lying. Honestly,
no,
like,
trust
for
me,
me...
it's fine. I get bare girls, so I don't really mind that.
No, honestly...
Preach!
On the real...
Poets give him the Bible. Preach!
On the real, like I said, like, it was not personal to any of the artists. I don't know any of them personally.
But how did you feel, Sneak? How did you feel, fam, when you heard that? On the real, keep it real. How did you feel?
On the real, I laughed, but I knew that raw, because I didn't know her before that. So I knew, it's to get out there, and whatever she done, it worked. Because after that, I knew her. I saw most of my fans tweeting her. So yeah, it worked for her. It was a good thing, innit?
Well, did it go through your mind to respond? Did you feel the pressure to respond?
No. I don't really respond to people. Trust me, this happens all the time. That's not the first time.
Yeah?
No response.
So you're not on the responding thing?
No. Unless, no, I don't want to respond.
People kind of misread what the track actually meant, because the reason why I actually wrote the track in the first place is because I felt like deep down that I am as good as a lot of these guys that are getting support. As a female rapper, I feel like the industry is quite sexist in certain aspects. So, for example, you've got the whole female category thing, and then you've got the best hip-hop. Why is there no females in best hip-hop, right? So for me, I was like, you know what? I know I can go bar for bar with all of these guys. Do you understand? So it's not personal. It's literally lyrics. It's not like, oh, I'm thirsty, like I'm trying to bread.
You just all you have to do is just prove yourself.
No, but that's my way of expressing it. This is hip-hop. Do you understand? Like, that's my way of expressing it. Do you understand? So...
Is competition good in the UK rap game?
It only depends upon you as an individual, like how you take things. This is what I was saying about I didn't want to comment on the Chipmunk thing because it's not really my place to say. That's their problem. It seemed like something that was their problem that generated this much hype. I just don't think needs it. I think we got to look at the bigger picture. We're talking about whether competition is a good thing. Of course it is. If you're someone like Lady Likes, who the lady likes a bit of competition, obviously. So what goes on there? That's great. But if it demotivates you, if some people will see what's going on and they'll become bitter and they'll become spiteful and they'll probably sit there crying about it.
Crying.
Honestly, some people do like voodoo, juju, anything they can to bring that man down. You know what I mean? But tell you one thing they won't do is get off their backside and do something for themselves, you know what I mean? Whereas other people, it depends how you take it.
The competition makes you strive to step up into the upper echelon of lyricism and always better yourself. So if there's no competition, like Mike said, things will just be dead and there'll be no motivation, and as a scene we won't move forward. So I think competition's vital.
Love that, Bob C. Cassidy, what you got to say, bruv?
I just think what Chip did, I think is good because he just saw someone being complacent, and Tiny Temper thought he got away with it for like a whole year. Chip was just right in the way, thinking, I'm going to catch you. And when I do, I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that I'm going to embarrass you. And that's what I think it is. If you're hungry for something, it's just like getting a job. If you want a job, you're going to do whatever it takes to get it. And I think Chipmunk done the same thing. Like, just sent for him. And yeah, just sell it like a man.
But like, I came from the era where I'd go to radio and I clash people because I wanted to get noticed, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's very, very important that there is competition because, for example, if Sneakbo was to respond to likes, Sneakbo's fan base are going to be checking on likes. Those two fan bases are going to combine. It's a coalition. Everyone will start listening to each other's music. You know what I'm saying? It's...
I think that'll cause like segregation rather than...
No, because you know what?
Separation rather than...
But the thing is though, bro, what if they do a tune together in the near future? They, you know what I mean? They stop all their qualms or whatever. They do a tune together. Two fan bases have collided.
Yeah.
That's twice as many views on a track.
But, no, that's what I mean. But for you, obviously, it's respect to what you do because you could stand there and let someone battle you.
Yeah,
if it was me personally, the person I am, I couldn't let someone stand there and battle me because I'd just switch on you.
Well, you go in. But the thing is, when you go into Mike, when you go into a battle though, you have to keep in mind it is tongue in cheek because at the end of the day, you man are gonna
battles. You do. You know what I mean?
Love that. Poet, what you got to say, bruv?
All I'm going to say about the whole situation is, at the end of the day, we have to take a look where grime actually comes from. Grime, beyond anything, is a culture. And I'm talking about Heat FM days, where it was battling every single time you went to Heat FM. And I'm talking everyone was in there, from the likes of Skepta, Tinchy. Everyone was inside this room, battling each other 24/7. So now that it's evolving and it's becoming mainstream, you can't lose the actual essence of what it is, because then there's no point of us doing it. We're not doing this so we can all, well, I'm not anyway. I'm doing this because it's a love. Like, I'm involved in this situation because out of pure love, because of the things that happened in the early stage. So we can't forget things like that. Otherwise, there's literally no point in doing this. People are going to battle. If you take it to heart, mate, come on, man. There's bare things happening in your life. It's really not that deep. You know what I mean, Mike? I'm being so real with you.
Do we want Tiny Temper to respond? Pip, this one's for you, bruv.
Well, I'm not sure Tiny really will respond, because what I was going to say is, like, there's different, like, circles. Like, everyone's completely different, as Lady Leisha was saying. So the way you view competition, some people don't need to say names to compete. Like, I'll listen to certain artists, and just because of their lyrical game, like the level they're on and the kind of music they're creating, it'll motivate me, like, rah, like, they're doing this kind of music. And that, to me, that's a competition. Like, even though it's not, nothing's directly been said. But then some people love the whole, like, say name, someone said my name, like, I need to prove that I can outdo this guy, and that's cool as well. But not everyone is in the same ring with each other, so I don't think Tiny's really in that ring. Like, as we said, he's not the kind of guy to care about these kind of names. He wouldn't go back at Chip by saying his name. I don't think. I think he would just make a #1 or something, and then it's like, cool, that's me.
If Tiny responded, then Chipmunk would just come back and just eat him up alive. So I think it's best for Tiny to just hear what he's saying. All right, cool, do what he's doing, make his money, go Fashion Week, look buff and that. Do what he's doing, but
start of their careers, and what Chuck says is quite right. I mean, Tiny was somebody that wasn't really in the grime scene like that. He was always doing his own thing, and to be honest with you, he could possibly say that a lot of the peers in that scene didn't support him. So when he did get through, it was like, you know, a struggle by himself. So he achieved things that the scene probably didn't think that he was gonna. Do you know what I mean? So, but the key thing to remember in all of this is the reason why we're here today. So when Chipmunk's gone and done this move, he's made everyone talk. He's given a highlight. We've got to look at the tactical point of what he's done to try and resurrect his brand, which is kind of struggling before this. Now he's in the limelight. People are talking about him. He's getting retweets. And I think that we have to consider that the climate of music that we're in now, you've got to do stuff to make noise.
Create moments.
To create moments. And I think we've got to look at more of a business point of view rather than anything in terms of branding.
Now, Cameron, you've been here from the start, bro. I mean, you're an absolute asset to the scene. You've been here from the beginning of grime. Do you agree with what Chip had to say? Do you personally agree with what Chip had to say?
No, totally not, in regards to exactly what Chucky said. I mean, it's very hypocritical. I mean, I remember when Chipmunk was first coming through, I used to go to the Always recording studio. This is before anyone heard him. I used to watch him work with Illness, Bath, all those people there, and he had a crew of his own. Let's not forget that. Double S, all these people. I didn't see him bringing them through. And that was his own clique. So you can't look at Tiny. Tiny never really had a clique. He used to roll with Saskel and those guys, but it was never really a clique. So you can't really look at him and talk about all this stuff when you didn't even bring your own people through.
BBC Radio 1 Extra.